I have 5 videos out. 5 videos out. And this one will be the 6th one. Let's talk about loneliness in The Road by Cormac McCarthy. So, just like the other videos, we're going to talk about how loneliness really affects the overall theme of the story, affects the development of the characters, and how big of a part it plays in the overall storytelling for readers. So, the loneliness we see here is in the book, it takes place with just the father and the son. And the reason I'm saying is you're thinking like they have each other. You can still see that because there's only the two of them. Even if it's just the two of them, they only have each other. And this loneliness is really interesting in that way because the idea of being lonely, like I just said before, is like you're by yourself. There's no one with you, there's no one to comfort you, there's no one around you. But the idea of the father and son being lonely together is like jumbo shrimp. What is that called? I think it's called an oxymoron. Because the father and son only have each other, they thoroughly like depend on one another, and this loneliness continues to be very prevalent throughout the story. So, in the beginning, loneliness sets in due to the overall setting. Like, it's gray, it's dark, it's dismal, this lack of hope. It probably looks like this. Like, the world probably looks black and white, even though it's not black and white. And it continues the idea of loneliness in that how the father and son begin to perceive other people. They continue to reinforce their own loneliness in a sense that due to this new world, you can't really trust anyone. It's hard to trust other people, especially if they're like cannibals and stuff. It's really hard to find it in your heart and find the time to trust other people to help you survive when you're trying your best and you have to do so much work just to survive on your own. So, in a way, all the violence, all the destruction has caused them to lead this lonely path. And it becomes very important in how loneliness affects how the father and son interact with each other. So the father and the son interact with each other in a special way because they're kind of forced to be together. They're forced to depend on each other due to their relation by blood. Like, I think everyone knows the saying, like, blood is thicker than water. And so that is really strong. That saying is really shows itself in the story and how the father and son only have each other to rely on, and they're kind of obligated to depend on one another, and in a sense, they're forced to trust one another due to this recurring theme of loneliness, in that the world is in this apocalyptic state and there's no one left. It kind of relates to if you guys watched my second video of this series, I talked about hopelessness. It kind of relates to that idea. They go hand in hand because loneliness and hopelessness, in the same way, there's a lack of vision for the future or for happiness. So it really like takes a toll on the characters, and you can constantly see that throughout the progression of the story with the father and son being worn down even more and more throughout their journey. To wrap up this video, let's look up what a worn down person looks like. Worn down. Look at this guy. He looks like he has a rough day. Just look up tired. Tired person. Yeah. Yep. It's dismal. If you guys enjoyed that video, hit that like button. Consider subscribing. Our next episode ooh, will be about hope, which I think is a very interesting take on a theme for the road, but is prevalent nonetheless, and we will talk about that. Till next time, this is Matthew, signing out. Contagious? Wait, what? How's loneliness contagious? How can I contaminate? No, but okay, this is just because of the picture, but you can also be lonely in this kind of situation. Look at that. The more you know.